Hello, Squirrel Tribe. It is Memorial Day. I personally can't say happy Memorial Day. I don't see the loss of life as ever a happy thing. And I don't want that to sound disrespectful to anybody. I feel for every single person out there, whether it's friends, family, loved ones who has lost someone that went out to protect us. You know what I mean? Like who lost their lives protecting ours. Because we always have to remember, freedom is not free. And I just wanted to take a moment to thank those who gave their lives so that you and I and everybody else could live in this country freely. And to also say to the people who lost somebody that I keep you guys in my thoughts and prayers, because I know what you are dealing with is something most of us will never understand. So I just wanted to say that to start off with. On top of, it's a weird segue and I'm aware of it, but when we say freedom isn't free, we think about everything that people sacrifice so that we can have what we have here in this country. And it's crazy to me that we have men and women sacrificing their lives so that we can continue to be the greatest country on earth. And at the same time, we have fifth graders who are having to pay off their school's lunch debt because families are going in debt. Technically, families are, but also schools are, because kids can't afford to eat, because parents can't afford to send money to the schools for these kids to eat. Why are we as a country charging children to eat in public schools? Where are our taxes going if kids can't even eat? So I watched Super Size Me today, and the reason I watched it today is because I don't remember ever seeing that movie. I don't know if you guys will remember this. Morgan Spurlock, he was the man who decided to do a McDonald's challenge, if you will, since everyone wants to call everything a challenge. A McDonald's challenge where for 30 days, all he ate was McDonald's, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Every single day ate McDonald's. Unfortunately, Morgan Spurlock did die a few days ago, I believe, from cancer. I do not know if it's because he smoked at some point in his life, and I do not know if it's because of what he put his body through for those months that he decided to do Super Size Me and Super Size Me 2 or Super Size Me Again. I'm not quite sure what the second one was called, but he did die from cancer. And we have learned that a lot of foods that we eat cause cancer. There's a lot of stuff that has gone into foods in the past 50, 60 years that are like literally the contributing factor to obesity in America, to diabetes in kids and adults, and to heart disease and every other kind of thing, right? So I'm watching Super Size Me and I'm seeing what's going on in school lunches. And this was in 2003, I think, that this the first one was made. It's 2024 and we still have the same issues in school lunches where it's just absolute crap. I could ask my kid, what she had at lunch, and she'll say, oh, they had hot dogs or corn dogs and corn dogs and french fries, or they'll have macaroni and cheese and french fries, or they'll have this carb or this fat or this sugar. And I'm like, what proteins were in there? What fruits and vegetables were in there? And she's like, oh, they'll have applesauce, they'll have some carrot sticks or whatever else. So she took lunch a lot because the school lunches were stupid. At $2.70 to feed a kid a school lunch that is just going to clog their arteries and make them obese and, tire them out and cause them to have diabetes isn't really worth it. But at the same time, you have the fact that most public schools are charging children to eat. And a lot of kids, maybe they go home and they don't have food to eat because their parents don't have jobs, because money is tight, especially the last few years, right? And then you go to school and the school is not going to turn away a child from eating food. They're going to give them the basic lunch, which I think at my kid's school, she said was a cheese sandwich and some sort of chip, maybe. I can't remember what it was. And then a bottle of water or a juice, right? So there are backup lunches for kids who don't have money. But again, it's not a healthy situation at all. But there's this Missouri fifth grader. I saw this headline on CNN, and there was a Missouri fifth grader who raised enough money to pay off his entire school's meal debt. Why is a fifth grader having to use the money he has raised to pay off a school's lunch debt? Why does a school have a lunch debt? Why aren't the people that run the schools, the superintendents, the people who are on the school board, the people who are on the city council or the state legislator or whoever else, why are they not taking care of these things? Why is it up to a fifth grade child to raise money to pay this thing off? So it says kids can now eat without breaking the piggy bank, at least at Thomas Ultican Elementary School, thanks to a fifth grader named Dakin Kramer. He paid off the entire meal debt and then some for his elementary school in Blue Springs, Missouri, after turning in a check for more than $7,300. Dakin's original goal was $3,500, which is just over the total of the school's debt, according to his mother. The remaining amount was given to the Blue Springs High School, another school in the district, who also had lunch debt. Now, obviously, there could be some kids who are going in there and have the money to pay for it, or the parents do, but they're just not paying for it because some people like to get free stuff when they can. Some people may not realize that it's not free. Some people, don't think about it. And some people legitimately cannot pay for these things. And so you have these schools racking up this debt. And it's not happening just in Missouri. It's happening in every single state. Now, there are places out there where the school lunches, the breakfast and lunch are completely free for students. And I don't understand why some places can do it and others can't. And also, if we can do these things where we can make it so that our kids can eat for free, why can't we do it in a healthy way? Why are we still sending kids to school to eat fried, fatty foods and, lack of vegetables, lack of fruits? Everything is highly processed. And then we're wondering why we have less kids wanting to participate in sports is because they can't run, because they're overweight, because they can't breathe, because of whatever else, and because it costs so much friggin' money now to be in a school sport on top of everything. You add it all together and it's absolutely crazy to me. Now, this fifth grader, I think, is an amazing example of what a good human being is, that he did what he needed to do to help his school take care of something, which technically he's not helping the school, he's helping the students. He's helping the parents of those students who couldn't afford to send the money in for those kids to eat. But after watching Super Size Me, y'all, it is highly disturbing. We talk about it all the time, what has been going on with food. Right now you have, you have McDonald's, you have Wendy's, and you have Burger King, I think, are all doing like these super deals for the summer, because they're all trying to outdo each other now on lowering costs of stuff or on giving you a better bang for your buck. We're a lot of people are going to look at it like, oh, that's great. Finally I can go get something a little cheaper to eat. I can do whatever. But all it's going to do is help over the summer when people should be outside running around, getting a little bit of exercise. It's going to continue to continue to uptick the numbers of obesity or obese people in our country. I am 5'6" and I currently weigh 194 pounds. Now, some of that is muscle, but not all of it. I weighed myself and I did the whole scale thing. I am currently, which is not something I have been since I was pregnant. I am currently, it says my BMI is 31.1%, which BMI is a stupid number. It's never going to be accurate. Your body fat is the most important. And according to my fun little scale, my water weight is 44% and my body fat is at 41%. That is effing ridiculous. And I know this. And over the past couple of years, I've allowed myself to be the same person that I'm saying needs to stay away from these things. I have done not McDonald's and Taco Bell and stuff like that. I don't do that. But I've had the fried foods and the drinks and the sweets and everything else. Once I moved to Florida for the last 2 years, we kind of said, you know what, let's go try all these restaurants. Let's go do all these fun things. And it has made a massive difference in my health alone. So now I'm trying to reverse it, right? I'm trying to backtrack it and be healthy. I have actually put on about 8 pounds in the past 2 months, but that's muscle weight. I've measured things and my neck has gone down, my waist has gone down, my hips have gone down, but it's a very slow process. And when you have places coming out and they're taking away the salads, or they're making it so expensive to order a salad that you're like, shit, I'll just order a burger and fries. It's cheaper. It makes it hard for people to do these things. When you go to the grocery store and the price of proteins, whether it's meat or beef or pork or whatever, is through the friggin' roof, it makes it harder for you to get those healthy proteins, right? If you want to go get fruits and vegetables, it's hard to find anything that's not genetically modified. So you're like, I don't really want to do this. So it's getting harder out there for a lot of people to maintain their health, right? Yesterday we talked about Food Inc. Today we're talking about Super Size Me. These are all documentaries that I think people really need to watch. We need to look back on what came out 15, 20 years ago and notice how not a damn thing has changed for the positive today versus back then. All this stuff that came out then, nothing's really changed. All that's changed is like McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell and stuff, they look different. They look more modernized and more aimed at adults now than kids, because those same kids are now adults. The same ones that were there when McDonald's started and Burger King started, Taco Bell, Wendy's that were there when they started, they are now adults and they want to stick to that same crowd because that's who helped them take off, like get crazy popular and profitable. So now instead of aiming at kids, they're aiming at these adults, because now these adults are going to go out and feed feed these things to their kids because they're used to it, because they grew up with it, because it's nostalgic for them. If, let's say, McDonald's came back out right now and said you can get two hamburgers for $1 or 2 cheeseburgers for $1.09, that's nostalgic for me. When I was younger, they were 59-cent cheeseburgers or 69-cent cheeseburgers, whatever. And you could, when they did the 2 for $1 or 2 for $1.09, it was a great way for me to afford a meal on, a server's salary or a high schooler's lack of money, when you're working part-time and trying to finish school and stuff. If they were to come out with that, a lot of people my age would run at that because it's nostalgic, right? Also, it's a really good deal when you don't take into consideration that it is killing you and destroying your body completely. I just think it's crazy that we are where we are. After how many men and women have sacrificed themselves to make this country better, to keep this country safe, our country continues to crap on its citizens by helping everybody but us, by ensuring that we are the fattest population in the entire world. We are the unhealthiest population in the entire world. We're the most debt-ridden population in the entire world. You know what I mean? It starts to make you step back and go, why are we letting our brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, uncles, aunts, whatever's friends fight for a country that doesn't fight back for us? Like, it's very weird, but that's not me trying to at all. I know that how that sounds now that I've said it out loud, but I'm not trying to take away anything from the people who have given the ultimate sacrifice so that you and I can sit here and have this conversation. I will forever be grateful to every single man and woman who was willing to put their life on the line so that you and I could continue to live ours the way that we do. The utmost respect for every single person out there. So that's that. But these are conversations we need to always have. We need to question why a 5th grader is paying off thousands of dollars in food debt for his classmates. We need to question why these corporations, these fast food restaurants are making so much profit and, killing us basically, and why we don't have health care, we have sick care. Nothing about our healthcare industry is about our health. It's about keeping us sick and making sure we don't get too sick so they can still make money off of us. It's such a weird place as you get older and you step back and you look at things. When Super Size Me first came out and Food Inc. first came out, I was like 20, 21, 22. I wasn't paying attention to any of that stuff. I might have seen the thing come out and gone, oh, whatever, it's McDonald's, it's not a big deal. Now at 42, looking at all the stages my body has been through throughout my life and looking at what could happen to me in the future, I could have cancer because I smoked. I could have cancer because I eat food that our government, subsidizes and grows and whatever. I could have diabetes because of all of the crap that's in our food. I could have heart issues because of all of the crap that's in our food. All these things. So now I want to pay more attention to everything that's going on. And when you step back and you start to really look at what you were told as a child, as an adolescent, as a young adult, and then all the way up into adulthood, you're like, well, you lied to me there, you lied to me there, you lied to me there, and you're still lying to me here. But there's people out there who are trying very hard to say, this is a lie, this is a lie, this is a lie, this is a lie. And we have got to pay attention to the ones who are willing to speak up and speak out about things, whether it's an Amish farmer, whether it is a doctor who, gets thrown in jail and dies in jail, Dr. Sebi, whether it is, actual holistic nutritionists, whatever. Find people you trust and do your own research, obviously, and try to make better health decisions for yourself, because the corporations aren't going to do it for us. The manufacturers aren't going to do it for us. Our government sure as shit ain't going to do it for us. So we have to do it for ourselves. I know a lot of people got upset. I mentioned, not yesterday, Sunday was yesterday, Family Day. I mentioned on Saturday that I was cleaning out my pantry and moving things to the front. So I was making sure everything was in like date ranges and putting new stuff in, whatever. And I came across the chicken of the sea, tuna, that had vegetable broth, and in brackets it said soy. And I, for myself, have decided that I don't want soy. That does not mean everybody is going to feel the same. A lot of people would much rather be able to eat than not eat, right? So I donated the things that I no longer wanted to a homeless man a couple blocks away. And some people crapped on me for it. And hey, I get it. You're looking at it like I gave something I thought was unhealthy to somebody else. How is that nice? Well, I gave something I didn't want to eat for myself to somebody who needed a meal. No matter what that meal was, they had an option for a meal. So I think you still have to do what you can to help others, but you also have to do what you can to help yourself, financially and physically and emotionally. Obviously, mental health is extremely important. Now, if I have the ability to also go give that same gentleman or anybody else really good stuff for them, fruits and vegetables, I'm going to do that as well. I took him more than just the tuna, but I think that's what people like zeroed in on. But I still think that it's very important to help where you can, do what you can, and just pay attention to the things that are going on in our food, in our country, a little bit of everywhere. You know what I mean? Just always keep your head on a swivel kind of thing, which doesn't really go with food, but y'all know what I'm saying. That plane just like got ate by that cloud. That was weird. Anyway, Squirrel Tribe, I love y'all immensely. I hope you are having a good day today. And I hope for those of you out there who are dealing with the heartache of what today is, I hope you know that you are appreciated for the sacrifices that were made through your friends and your family, and know that you are loved. The rest of you, Squirrel Tribe, I love y'all immensely as well. I'll probably see you again later. Got a lot of stuff I want to talk about today. So I'll see y'all later. Bye.